My name is Leela Subramaniam. This is my pianist, Sue Yeon Han. I'm a student of Marlena Mollis, and I will sing Qui la voce from I Puritani by Bellini.
Are you going to sing the whole thing?
It has nice cuts in it.
Okay. You want to sing it all? There's no way to really cut it, is it?
Well,
I mean, I'd love to hear it. It's just endless. Oh my God, I'm still turning pages.
beautiful.
All right, listen, look, I don't want to be cruel about this at all. And I want you to have the performance opportunity. So I might stop you, but I might not.
Go ahead.
Don't be preoccupied with that.
Okay.
Have a good time. Sorry. Don't mean to conflict. Right. Well, I let you sing it all.
You let me
How was that? Do you feel better?
Yeah.
You feel good?
It does feel good.
Okay. Did that go well?
Yeah, I think
Quite a bit of that went really well.
Yeah, quite a bit.
What do you think didn't go well?
Some of the things in the cabaletta. I'm so specific. The chromatics, I think, could have been better, and the A da 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 da. That.
That's really a singer thing.
I
thought the first andantino section was kind of dicey, if you ask me. The fast bit starts to kind of take care of itself, and it has to be. You're missing a lot of opportunities, even dear Bellini in his time, which is very early to start writing specifics. You know, con slancio and a tempo and ravvivando a poco. I mean, you know, abandon sottovoce and so forth.
Yeah.
Let's talk a little bit about who she is. What's going on? I mean, she's one of those terribly troubled souls, right?
Yes.
Okay. Who's she talking to?
I think she's talking to herself. But
you think she's talking to herself? Who's she talking to?
Herself.
Thank you. No ifs, ands, and buts about it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And why?
Because she has a hope that she's lost, and she.
Is it a rational hope?
Yes.
Is she totally is she possessed of her powers?
Yes.
She's not crazy.
I mean, I don't
what
think
does crazy
she's crazy.
mean, you know?
Yeah.
Do you think she goes crazy? Do you think she becomes crazy?
I think she becomes consumed by a very realistic hope, but.
And the hope is what?
The hope to have Arturo back.
Does she?
She does eventually, but at the moment that she sings this, she doesn't.
Why?
Because he's left her at her wedding to go save Enricetta.
And how's that worked out?
She believes that that he loves this other woman,
right.
Possibly.
But in fact, he's in jail as a rebel.
Yeah.
Does she know that?
No.
Okay, so this not having Arturo is because why?
Because he left.
And does she know that she thinks that he's in love with somebody else?
No, he doesn't.
He's just not there?
He's just not there.
How much, I mean, I'm trying to get, how much of the plot does she actually know when she sings this?
She doesn't really know what's gone on. All she knows is that she's been left by him.
Abandoned?
Abandoned by him, yeah.
Right. Is this maybe the first glimpse of a rather dark side of her stuff anyway, her personality?
Yeah, definitely.
What does that mean then vocally? or even how this music lines up?
It has to be very deep inside of her, very raw, very...
How would you describe this music?
I would describe it, it's seemingly simple, but very profound.
Okay. In what kind of mood?
This mood particularly? Kind of dreamy, sad, but
Do we
dark.
call that melancholy?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, that's where we want to go.
Okay.
Now, when you're melancholy, is it full of sighs?
Yeah.
I mean, is there kind of a weight to everything she's saying, if it's profound? Is she thinking about every sentence she says, or are they sort of coming out and she's watching them go by? Is she daydreaming, or is she actually trying to put two words to a kind of expression of who she is for herself? Well, we've already said she's by herself, so there's a lot of questions for somebody. You know, where does this go?
Yeah. That's a hard question. I think that she is partially in her own dreamy subconscious, but
but real information.
Yeah, but it is real
So when she says these imperative sentences like "O rendetemi, la speme," "O lasciatemi morir," that's all internal stuff.
Yeah.
Right? I think if she just thinks he's gone along too long to 7-Eleven, she wouldn't say, "Let me die," if he doesn't come back, right?
No,
I think there's a kind of a penultimate, right?
Yeah.
The reason why I'm going through this seemingly tortured exercise is because we're in a field of music called Bel Canto, which literally means well sung or beautifully sung, right? Which is lovely. And why was it such a powerful phenomenon in the opera for this kind of seemingly stylized music if it's really just about singing pretty notes? You see, I don't think it was about singing pretty notes.
No,
I think it was about the notes and the words that are to be sung were to be sung in a particular beautiful style with as beautiful, exquisite tone as possible, because that became the mirror of your soul.
Absolutely.
These questions that we've done are as important as any missed chromatic in this,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And then we start breaking it way down and say, oh, well, let's see, what are the musical elements here? Okay, well, are we looking at 4-bar phrase or 6-bar phrase? Is this a Wagner structure? Have I got cadence? So I got a slew of fermatas. Oh my God, stentato. What in the hell does stentato mean? Tempo, right? A piano. You know, all these kinds of, you know, there's just information. Oh my goodness, that's a slurred, and the pianist looks at this sort of, this thing in the accompaniment. Well, how in the hell am I going to do that on a piano? Well, clearly you're not. So you're going to imagine that, right? So we have to layer all this stuff, and what is not enough is to sing beautifully.
Right.
Right?
Right.
Are you deeply attached to those shoes?
No.
Really? Can I talk you out of them?
Yeah.
You can have them back.
You want me to take them
I
off?
would love you to get out of them. Right?
That feels good.
Ladies, may I really don't know how you guys walk in that stuff. I mean,
that's considered low.
Well, yeah, not low enough.
I know.
Look, what physically, so we're going to get to a couple of things. One, we got your brain going here on who this girl is and what status she's in. You have a similarity to the guy that was just out here, your colleague, and that is, when we sing long phrases or when we start to sing expressive phrases that we want to be sure they come out exactly like we want to, or they're even long and challenging to sing, the temptation is to hold them and guide them through that long, thorny path of 4-bar phrase. Oh, hoping you'll get to the next one, right? And I think it's easier than that. But it's not easier if you know, you kept grabbing down while you kept stretching up, and it was amazing because, no, it's wonderful news. And the reason why I'm doing this graphically is because you did one thing consistently. Your body did one thing consistently, the whole aria for you. It kept trying to get as long as it possibly could.
Okay, that's good.
Now, it is good, and why do you suppose it's good?
Because it grounds you.
No.
No.
It's because it lets your ribs do what they're built to do. If your spine is not straight and as long as possible, the ribs, every individual rib has one point in common with every other rib. They all start from the spine and go around your body. right? There is more breathing space in your lungs, literally and physically, on the back side of your body, your sense of meridian of your body, than it is on the front. We tend to get terribly preoccupied as singers with this part of our us, right? When in fact, everything about us really is right down the center, including your voice, right? And the lungs are expanding in the back, right? Now that's why you kept putting your tush out and getting this, exactly. Well, I'm sorry, that's what you did a couple of times, right?
That.
And you even knew that. And what was good news, I want to just pause it. The good news is your spine stayed straight, and the other thing is that you allowed yourself to go with it and keep this angle right. Now, it didn't look great, but it was healthier than it could be. The thing is, it's just everything you don't need to do.
Yeah.
What it didn't do, and what bothers me, is that it doesn't let your voice release. Your voice, a lot of what you do that is terribly engaging, we could work on it. It's nothing I can teach you or anybody else. This is you. And this is how you sing, and these are the gifts you have. And they're great and prodigious, and it's wonderful. But you're in your own way. Right? You can be, this is all easier.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
Than what you think. And it's damn difficult, so it's easier, right?
Yeah.
I think you just want to feel carefully, just get your feet, you want all your foot, right? Now, you tend to have an athletic thing that kind of gets you down in there like that, you know, kind of like I'm going to jump off that 10-meter ski thing. That's not a good idea, right? Because if you do that, if you buckle down here, you can see that my tush is out here like this, right?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know why I got the word tush, but never mind. I guess it's nicer than butt, right? So the immediate problem is, to keep that spine long and straight, I've got to roll over.
Yeah.
That's the biggest problem. Most of our troubles start in the hip region. If we don't get underneath, if we don't keep the hips rotated back, right? Exactly. And this is going to be strong. The strength of the women especially have the side strength. You have much more concentrated intercostal strength in your singing than a lot of guys, right? We tend to get out here and this kind of thing. It's not good, but we tend to do that.
Yeah.
How you're standing now, to me, I think, looks more like release.
Yeah.
Can you try the first phrase? And the whole time you're singing and breathing, I mean, look at this wonderful space in the lift. You do this wonderfully. And Marlena, I know her work, and I love her dearly, admire her enormously, right? That lift is terrific, but don't pull it up. Don't accentuate it. You don't need this in front. You need the lift inside, in the center. Always this column of air. Let's start, a lot of thoughts there, so let's try something different. And any of the thing we're doing here vocally is not one iota removed from whom Elvira is. Right? Hear it? Breathe into that and play that. Stop. Where's your energy? Where's your physical body energy? Where's your strength? If I say stop, don't look at me. Just stop. All right? Do it again.
Okay.
Stop. With body check. Is your left foot stronger or your right foot stronger?
Equal.
No.
No.
Is your right shoulder stronger or your left shoulder stronger?
My right.
Yeah, your right foot stronger then. Has to be. Are you leaning to the right or are you leaning to the left?
My right.
Yeah. Why?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's not a corrective thing if you're, oh my God, I'm leaning to the right, they'll never hire me. It isn't about that. I want to help you know exactly where your lineup is so you can let Elvira be heard, right? So what are you going to do to line that up? All right? Don't hurt yourself, but try and feel the tingle in your feet. There you go. Did you feel that in your hips? Okay, do it again. Hips. Now stand out of your hips. Ah, do you feel that? Do you feel how your abdomen strengthens up? Right? Do you feel the release in your shoulders? Now we're starting to find this, right? And this, right? So, roll me a chord, hear it. Take your time. Nose and mouth. Breathe. There you go. Lift, 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 lift. Okay. Now you see what I was doing? Okay, that's already a better start, right? Think of it all as up bow now. right? All your breaths are, you're going to go to place here. Guys, you cannot start a slow aria slow. We'll be here all, if you started, when you guys, I just went, oh my God, this is, oh geez, right? And the whole thing, da-da-dee, da-da-dee, is just the inside of her mind. And right now, it's not anchored on anything. It's sort of like, oh dear, where am I, right? And you cannot for a nanosecond hesitate on that. You get on that. What she plays is out of your head.
Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, don't lock down. You keep wanting to go down. You keep wanting to do this. You see that? As subtle as that is, you go in like this and you go.
Oh.
Right? Because you think that's where the strength is. It isn't. It's that. Okay?
Okay.
And you never let that go.
Okay.
Breathe. Why is the pickup in a slower tempo? Why? You said yourself she's in dreamy state.
Yeah.
Yeah? Don't underline everything. There's plenty of room to underline it later. Right? Let's just start this as fluid as her mind is not fixated.
Okay.
Right? Okay. It's pure emotion. Pure emotion. Is this easier, by the way?
Yeah.
That's a lot prettier. One more time. Just start to give her a little bit before. I think if we just conquer this one little bit, I hear three phrases. I hear qui la voce sua. No. And qui la voce sua soave mi chiama. The voice is like a breeze that calls me. This is a Stephen Foster song, folks. What do you think he was writing? He was trying to imitate this. Right? Just beautiful, pure lyric emotion. And this is the good news of the aria. How did that melody go again? Right?
Yeah.
One more time.
Okay.
Now, can you let that E flat go? Okay.
Okay.
Two measures. Ya-da-dee-dee. Ya-da-da-yum, tum-tum-tum-tum-tum-tum-tum. Keep going. Keep reading. Mi chiamava. Okay, no, wait. Stop. Right? Where's that vowel? Look at your mouth inside your head and tell me where that E is. Is it horizontal or vertical?
It's horizontal.
Why? Is that normal? Okay, here's some information.
Yeah.
Right? I said breathe in, think, breathe into that, and go with it. Here, the difference, the primary difference between speaking and singing is that when we speak, we separate vowels with consonants. Which consonants and at what speed determines the language? How about that? It's that simple. Now we can all learn new languages, right? Right? In singing, every vowel we sing has every other vowel that we will sing in it. And we bind that, as in legare, which perhaps means legato. This is where that comes from. So if I have that could become Czechoslovakian, right? If it was different consonants, right? But that's the vehicle of your emotion, right? And that's right. Stand a little bit away from the microphone here, because what I want you to do, just to get this feeling, because you tend to, are you severely right-handed?
I don't
Do you
know
eat with your left-handed? Do you eat with your left hand?
No.
Can you do anything with your left hand?
Yeah.
What?
Draw.
You can draw with your left hand, but you're right-handed.
Yeah.
That's impressive. All right, well, sing with your left hand.
Dance.
The same one you draw with. right?
Okay.
You keep grabbing into the right side of your body.
Okay.
I can feel it on this side standing next to you. I can just see it. I can feel it.
Yeah.
Right? Was this suave easier?
Yeah.
Oh, it's just so much more beautiful.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden we wanted to know what that word means.
Okay.
We had a good idea, okay?
Okay.
You know, when you talk to me, you tend to collapse. Are you a collapsing person?
I am.
Don't.
I know.
Folks, if you're going to be a singer, there's nothing normal about you. Right? If you're not prepared to be sitting in a full bus, trying to remember some words to a song, and somebody sees that you're muttering or making sounds,
Yeah, yeah.
and they get that wistful, concernful look, so young and so crazy.
Yeah.
Right?
I did that.
Right?
Got
Okay.
those looks.
This is where we live. We march to a different drummer, physically as well. But there's no singer that I admire that ever stood like that, even in lunch line.
Yeah. I know.
And I can promise you, the queen of this repertoire, Joan Sutherland, I don't care that she was 3 times taller than you and me both put together. You know, any of that. Actually, she wasn't that tall, right? But my God,
Yeah.
right? That spine was straight. Most perfect support of a singer you can possibly,
Yeah.
I mean, oh my goodness me.
Yeah.
Okay? There's a lot to learn from that, just by listening, right?
Yeah.
Not imitating. Learn from her.
Yeah.
Okay? Now you say, okay, now you see what you did. Quit doing that. Quit buckling. We don't buckle as singers. Yeah. Okay? And breathe into that long vertical column. Okay? Let's go again. Di-da-da, di-da-da, qui la voce. Inhale. Good. Breathe. Easy. Keep it vertical. Now. Okay. Do you trust me? Can I touch your face?
Yeah.
Do you mind? Okay. This may be weird, but I'm going to do this easily just to give you that feeling of the inverted megaphone.
Yeah.
Not that you're probably going to change anything, but I want you to feel how wide you get. And I think it's a wideness in the wrong place. I know the space you're after, and I love it. And when it's inside where it belongs, it's fantastic. But it isn't out here.
Okay.
Just the measure. Breathe. The closed vowels keep wanting to pound against the sides of my hands here. All I'm doing, literally, is following the lines of what you've been born with. I mean, if there was ever a head born to sing, it's yours. And I know the sound just by looking at you. I know what your voice sounds like. I have a pretty good idea, and you catch that most of the time. But it's the middle part where it seems to be easier that concerns me, not the other stuff, because that's where you get off the track. If Schwarzkopf said anything to me smart in my whole life, it was, take care of your middle voice, it will take care of you. Right?
Yeah.
The easy bits are for guys where we speak, that's not necessarily all good news for us, right? Right? Is this easier when I do that?
Yeah.
Oh, hello.
Incredibly.
Yeah, okay, well do it yourself then.
Okay.
No more of this. This is inside, right? Yeah, but then stop. No. There you go. Right? And it starts here and goes up. You don't push it down in there. It's the other way. Let's try another phrase. Okay? One more. Keep on going. You still look kind of athletic to me. I'd like to see it. I'd like to see all this energy turn into something that's more like Elvira. She didn't know how to play tennis. Okay. She never waited for a serve.
I don't either, actually. I don't.
Maybe there's a missed opportunity. Okay? Kind of feel like there's
it's just
an
more
arrow.
relaxed.
It is more
I'm
relaxed.
just
And to keep that width, feel like there's an arrow that goes this way from here, literally right here, right, to right here. See what happens? And just keep that arrow, because if you collapse, it's going to stab your heart. And just try and sing that way for a while. Yeah, exactly. Guess what? Lift, 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 lift. Okay, let's go on. Next phrase. Breathe, nose, mouth. Sorry, as we keep going, the sooner when you work this, and it's a habit, I know that, and I know it's considered style and all that kind of stuff, but the more you can vary that mannerism of phrasing, yam da da, into sometimes ya da da, and sometimes ya da da, and sometimes ya da da da.
Yeah.
Depending on what you're trying to say, who she is at that moment.
Okay.
The more interesting it'll be for us.
Okay.
Right now, it's just a held musical phrase, and it's driving me nuts, because if you start a phrase, ya da, where in the hell are you going to go? Ya da dee da da ya da. Right? You gotta know where that phrase is going to go before you breathe into it, don't you? Yeah. Okay, try it again. Breathe. Okay, now just to humor me. Forget. Don't. Just keep it absolutely in the same tempo and breathe right into it as if it's an up bow. Okay? No, one more time, right? Same tempo.
Not quite yet, huh?
Not yet.
Okay.
Where are you starting, by the way? There? Qui la voce sua suave?
Qui il giurava.
Oh, so we've gone on. Oh, I see, yeah, okay. You know, the stentato is for you, by the way. E poi spari, ya ta 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 ya da di. All right, let's do the whole phrase. Go back to the top. Dee da da dee da 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 dim da. Stephen Foster. Sorry, is that exactly how? Did that come out exactly how you heard it? Is that exactly how you want it to be heard and played? We all work too fast, is my point. Hear it, even rehearsing. Don't want to get you all head up here, but make decisions. Yeah. Stand up. There we go. Arrow. Lift here. Lift here against that. There you go. I always think that these fermatas are the most interesting when they're just too long or longer than, or not long enough for what you think they are. Then they become emotional, right? Morir. Morir is a very surprising word at that point, right? Keep on going. What does this feel like? You let this go down. More than you're better at your anchor in your hips and your body, right? Exactly. Go ahead and stand up straight. That a girl. But you let this collapse. And I think if you paid more attention here and here, this wouldn't keep going down, right? And you're young enough to get away with it. But as you go on and your voice matures and so, if this keeps happening, there's just going to be too much pressure on your voice, and it's going to get a little hard. Yeah. You don't want that. Yeah. You want to keep that air moving, right? Don't suffocate your voices. Yeah. Right? Keep going. Yes. Daddy. Where are those closed vowels? They feel like statues that have been tipped over to me. Can we put them back up this way? What would it be like? You know, the E vowel and the U vowel are the same thing in terms of space. It's just the E is the front part of it, right? If you look at your IPA calendar, your International Phonetic Alphabet, all those funny symbols and so on, learn it. It's your best friend. Yeah. E is a lot of room. E. Yeah. The reason why E's and A's are bright and should be bright is because of the frequency and the higher resonances, not because they've been clamped down and held. That's a false kind of pressure that seemingly is brighter.
Yeah.
But it isn't. Right? Right? Start that phrase again. Brullo. Inhale. Keep inhaling. Keep inhaling. Here. Here. Yeah. Più. Okay, now, as you go up, don't hold it. Because if I start seeing veins and this kind of stuff, it means you've locked down here because you think that's what the support is. No. Physically, yes, you're down here. But it's up. Oh, right?
Yeah.
No, you don't need to do that. Do that phrase. Let it go.
Okay.
Right. Let it go quietly. Internally. Right? Don't bend your head forward. Stay right, hips over the shoulders over the hips. You are so gifted. My goodness me. It's wonderful. Same thing. Breathe. Good. Let it go. Let it go. Inhale. Inhale. Good. Keep going. Good. It's literally here. Fly. 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 Don't touch. Stand up. Yeah. Breathe. Give Marina my love. What she just did here is something you don't teach. What you teach is a path that's safe, and what you teach is I hand you garden tools so you can till your own garden. But to make those kinds of sounds is your gift. And this is the gift you take care of, because it's not really yours. It's something that you re-give.
Yeah.
It's not about the fact that you can do that. It's about the fact that you can recreate characters that need that to tell us their story. Because all of us, somewhere in our lives, have that story. And that's why we go to the theater.
Yeah.
Right? Okay, you see how you're standing with me? You're so wonderfully polite. It's terrific. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Hey, gorgeous smile and all that. Lose it, you're singing. Let it be internal, right? Okay. You give Marlena my love. Okay. Wonderful to meet you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.